From Marshfield Community Television, this is the Ram Report. My name is David Snow. We are celebrating Marshfield athletics, and today we have with us, for the second time this season, the Marshfield varsity girls basketball team, led by Coach Levings to my left, and Sid McCabe to his left, Danielle Bergeron to her left, and Taylor Brilliant to Danielle's left. So now that you know the players, we'll jump in and ask Coach a couple questions. We'd like to thank the Jetty for presenting this broadcast today, and look forward to a nice conversation with everybody. Coach, you're 12-6. You've had what I would say is a good year to this point. What has worked so far this season?
What has worked well for us this year is, like I talk about all the time, we're playing with tempo and being able to get up and down the court and play with some pace. Our goal offensively is just to be in attack mode. We're trying to get to the basket once we get a stop, and that's what we're trying to do. And from there, we kind of read what the defense gives us. If they stop penetration, then that's where we look to find our shooters on the outside, or they can attack from there. And having everyone be working together on offense is something that's worked really well for us this year.
Okay. So you get to see these guys in game situations. You get to see them in the gym at practice nearly daily, I'm sure. What do you have to improve upon to make a run in the tournament?
For us, it comes down to our ability to, like I said before, be in attack mode. Are we getting to the paint? And when we get to the paint, are we finishing? Or are we kicking it out to our shooter? So it all kind of depends on who we play. Teams that are more pressure defense, we're able to get to the rim a little bit more. Teams that like to sag in, that's where we get our shots. So if we're able to make threes off of penetration, that's when we're really hard to guard. Against Hingham the first time we made 15 threes, and it was all off of people getting to the paint and finding the shooters on the outside. So that's something that makes us really successful. And finding matchups. Throughout the game, we try to find something that works, see where the defense is helping, and try to attack that. So did I miss one other part of that?
No, you're good. No, I'm just. I think where I wanted to go next is particularly at tournament time, how much of it is what you're going to bring in for a game plan, and how much of it is it you reacting to what's coming at you?
We'll definitely have a game plan going in. We were just talking before you walked in. A big thing that we have to improve on is being able to play with a lead, and we've had that happen twice this year, and we're unable to kind of finish close games against better teams. So that comes from all of us. I have to do a better job, and we as a team have to do a better job of, during crunch time, taking better shots. When we get a defensive stop, making sure we take not just the first good look, but the really good look, just to kind of make sure we finish out games. So that is something that we have to get better at, and we've, had that scenario come up twice these last couple of days. I'm sorry, 3 times. Against Hanover, we did a good job of finishing, but against Whitman, Hanson, and Hingham, we were unable to do it. So that just comes with playing in close games, and that's what tournament games are like. So being able to do that.
Well, you started us off strong. We're going to take a quick break for a message from our presenting sponsor, the Jetty.
Looking for a great place to hang out, eat a delicious meal, and have a drink? The Jetty in Brant Rock is the place to be. The Jetty has all the makings of a great time and features live music and entertainment for you to enjoy. The Jetty. Eat, drink, chill.
We're back. And now we're going to turn to the athletes themselves. And I guess I'm going to start with you, Sid, because you have the misfortune of being closest to me. When you look back on this season, what game stands out to you? What brought you the most joy or enjoyment? We'll start there.
I would say the Hanover game at home because, one, it was senior night, so it was really nice to win on senior night. And 2, we knocked them out of the playoffs, which they did to us last year. So it's just nice to get back at them. They also beat us earlier in the season. And I think we really just played a good team game. Everybody was scoring. We beat the zone really well, so I think Hanover.
Great. And which game brought you the most heartache? Which one stayed with you when you...
Probably Hingham yesterday, just because it was the last home game, maybe. last regular season game, and we had just come off that like big win from them, so we had like a lot of momentum. But it was still like a really good game just because it was a close loss.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Was that a foul on the 3-pointer?
Probably. I mean, everybody was running that way, back down the court, and not looking at Perry with the ball. So, I mean, I think I did make some contact with her, but.
All right. I was just wondering. Okay. Danielle, what game stands out to you, both from a personal standpoint or just from a team standpoint?
Yeah, definitely when we played Duxbury the second time, I do have to say, because it was packed the gym night. We had a bunch of fans, so they brought us a lot of energy, and preparation for it was really fun. Because we played Duxbury for one of the first games of the season, and we only won by like a couple points. But for preparation, we just did like a pasta party. We got these T-shirts, and the whole school knew about it. So it was really fun to play in that game.
Okay, and I mean, you had a pretty good
Okay, I do have to say, but aside from that, it was just really fun.
I knew you were going to say Duxbury, but I thought it would be for a different reason, so you're humble. All right, which game sticks with you?
Yeah, definitely Whitman-Hanson, because they've beat us the last like 4, probably more years than that, but the last 4 years. And I play with some of the girls on the team, so they always like say how they always beat us. So, and we won 3 of the 4 quarters, and we just couldn't execute in the last one. So definitely that win would have been huge for us.
Yep, something to take forward, right?
Yeah.
Taylor, they've already dropped a couple on you here, but what game stands out to you? What made you feel good?
I mean, I agree with Sid. I was going to say Hanover too, because I'd love to knock them out of the playoffs since they did that to us last year. But I also thought that the first time we played Duxbury, we won by a few, and that was a really close game, and I was happy we won that because we worked hard at the end, and then, I don't know.
At Duxbury, right?
Yeah,
yep.
it was at Duxbury.
Yeah, and which one sticks with you? You wish you could change it?
Honestly, Plymouth North, because I think we should have won that game. We beat them by like a lot the game before when we played them. So I was just mad about that.
Okay.
I was thinking we should have won, so.
All right. Danielle, we'll give Sid a break. When this season eventually comes to an end, right? We could have dream scenarios, we could have nightmare scenarios. But what are you going to miss? What are you going to miss about all of this?
Yeah, I'll definitely miss the friendships we made, and just like the little things when it's game day, we see each other in the hall, and we just like kind of hype each other up for to play. Well, when we have a game later in the day, and just like the little stuff like going to grab food, the pasta parties, and just the friendships we made with each other throughout like the last 4 years, or some of us it's like 10 years we've played with each other.
Yeah, that's great. Sid, I'm going to throw the same question to you.
I have a pretty similar answer. Just being on a team is like really unique to high school, and like going to practice every single day. I'm gonna miss playing basketball every single day. Just like actually being with the team, and like we get sick of practice sometimes, but like overall, it's like I'm really gonna miss like getting to play basketball every single day with like my teammates. So
yeah. And I'm gonna just stay with you for 1 second because I said to you I might ask you something about soccer. Is there a big difference in terms of because of the smaller numbers in basketball? Like, what do you?
I think there is. I think that like just playing the sports are so different, and like both teams you can create like a ton of friendships, but basketball I think is a little bit more like close knit because there's only 12 of us on the team.
Right.
And practices like you're more like close together with your teammates. Like you're always competing with the same people. So I think that like brings a lot more chemistry involved. I feel like with this team, like our team has gotten really like close and we know each other now. So I think it is different, but like there's good aspects to both.
Taylor, what have you learned, particularly from these two, the captains of this team, that you can bring forward next year?
I think they taught me how to be good leaders. Like next year, when like they're not here, I know how to step up and just lead the team, and yeah.
Did you see a big difference in them this year from last year?
Yeah. Also, definitely like friendship-wise, I feel like we're so much closer, and it's just like I don't know. I like playing with them, and I'm just going to miss him next year.
Yeah, that's great. Coach, I'm going to just shift it right back and ask you what I've already asked them. What was the high for you this year in terms of a particular game?
For me, it was against the Duxbury game at home. It was I just was so proud of them, how they executed. The atmosphere was awesome.
Yep.
And to see them play, to see what I see in practice, and then for everyone to get to watch it, to me as a coach, that was my favorite game of the year. We just played really well, and like I said, they were talking about before, pack the gym night. It's a lot of fun when there's a lot of people there. So we like when that back bleacher comes out. That's good for us.
That's great. And the counter to that, which one sticks with you the most?
I would probably say, obviously it was last night. It was tough because, it was just one we wanted to win. And, there's just things we all kind of look back at, and you just really wanted to win that one. So I would say that one last night.
Okay.
The most. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a recency bias, right?
Losing, anything where we lose the lead,
What do you want people to know about this team?
That's a really good question. About this team something that I see every day is their willingness to learn, and if we talk about something, they do a good job of starting to understand the things that we're talking about. And the other thing that I've grown to as kind of learned as a coach is, especially with these guys, I bounce things off of them, and their ability to give their opinion and work together on things, I think, is something that most people don't see with a team. They think there's the coaches telling everybody what to do, and they kind of have some input and stuff. And I think watching them grow with that is something that people should know.
Great, good answer. So, in terms of, I'm going to go to Taylor because we talked briefly right before we came on. I see you driving to the basket regularly. You find your openings, and you've been real aggressive at attacking the hoop. Is that something that just comes from within? You've been doing it your whole career?
Yeah, I feel like driving's always been my strength. I feel like if someone just gives me like an open lane, I'll just take it to the basket because I just feel like it's easiest for me. I just like weaving through people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Danielle, on a night like you had against Duxbury at home, what does that feel like? In that particularly in the first half.
I mean, I do have to give a lot of credit to my teammates. They got me the open looks, but that was definitely my favorite game just because I've never had that happen before. But it's just, there was a lot of emotions with that game just because Duxbury, they were rivals.
Yeah.
But it honestly felt awesome too, and all my friends were texting me and my family, so it just meant a lot to me.
Can we talk about the shoes at this point?
Wait, how I switched them up?
I should have led you a little bit. Yeah. So you've been going from a dark shoe to a light shoe. What's the inside story?
Well, I've been trying to wear the dark shoes because the white ones, they're really worn out right now. But they're really light on my feet, and I broke them in 2 years ago. And then I tried to switch over to the black ones because they look cooler because they got the different colors and everything. Well, when I wear them, I try to wear them a lot, but when I do wear them, they feel like there's an extra 10 pounds on my feet. So sometimes I was like, maybe this game will be different, that they won't be as bad. But then probably after the first quarter, the first half, I'm in the white ones in the second half.
Yeah. Well, it's noticeable because the black ones are actually more colorful. Right? Color splashed all over them. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions about your teammates. And Sid, I'm looking at you, so I'm going to start with you. Who is the most talkative person on the team?
Most talkative? I think probably Lila Charbra.
Okay.
She's always making jokes, talking to everybody. She's so funny. So I think Lila.
And does that translate on the court too? Is somebody more chatty on the court than?
No, I don't. You mean communication-wise?
Yeah.
I don't really think so. That's probably something we could improve on.
I just saw the coach nod.
Well, it's hard with
the mask.
It is
Yeah,
difficult.
right.
Yeah, I think we do a lot of communication by our hands more than our than actually talking. But on the court, I think that everybody kind of just talks the same.
Okay. Who's the funniest person on the team, Danielle?
Funniest, I'd have to say Sammy Zasla. Me and her are probably the ones that goof around the most at practices and stuff, and just like the little things on the sidelines, but it'd be definitely Sammy Zasla.
Okay. You going to back that up?
Yeah, Sammy's pretty funny. But I think Lila is too.
Yeah, definitely.
Who's the quietest?
Probably Brenna Murphy.
Okay.
Yeah. She doesn't really talk that much, but she can talk. But I feel like
When she talks, she's funny.
Yeah.
So you've been playing with Mass for 2 seasons, something you never could have anticipated, right? And I'm going to turn it to you two because you've had 2 years of sort of normal basketball, followed by 2 years of just dealing with constant change. Have the masks really changed the way you play the game, or has it affected like your durability?
You want to go first?
I think that we're just like so used to it by now because we've also had like 4 AAU seasons with them that like we've like improved on our own games like with the mask, I guess, because like from freshman year to now, like obviously playing basketball, like the way we play basketball has changed a lot too. I just think we like don't really notice them anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say the same with Sydney. Definitely last year, I feel like it affected us because it was the first year, it was really new. But as of this year, I feel like no one really wears their mask right on the court.
Right.
We usually have it like below the nose, so it doesn't, like right now, it doesn't really affect us playing-wise.
it just gives me trouble breathing sometimes. And I pull it down, the ref's like, if you don't pull it up, you're out. And I'm like, sorry.
Has that happened this year?
No, they just kind of threaten it. I think.
Yeah,
That's a me.
like warnings.
They always
They gotta follow the rules too.
Yep. Coach, we talked a little bit before. There's a change to how the tournament is run. You've made the tournament. Congratulations to all of you. So now, as the state tournament is set to be seeded and everything else, how has it changed from last year?
Yeah, so for Division One, or for all divisions, but Division One used to just be North and South, and this year they're doing a statewide tournament. So top 32 teams get in, and then every team above 500 gets in. And they changed it this year. It's not by win percentage, it's by power ranking. So it factors in strength of schedule and your wins. If you won by more than 10 against a certain team, you gain points. To do the strength of schedule. So it's hard to explain. If maybe off air I can try to draw it out for you, like X's and O's. But yeah, so I'm excited for it. We're going to play a different team, hopefully, that we haven't played before. And I think the new system is definitely good and is exciting for us because it's a new team and something fun to play for.
Yeah. And you had said you're going to be on the road more than likely.
Yeah, I think we're going to be on the road. We're going to be anywhere from I think we're going to be a 17 or 18 seed. But if we could be the 16th seed, like I said, it's all coming out here. But my prediction is I think we're going to be on the road.
Okay. All right. And I guess that means that we have to say to people that wherever they go, you have to follow them. You have to get out.
Yeah.
Get out and see the team, right?
These three in the team have done. They have a little following. When we need a little energy, I'll ask them if they can get their fan crew out there, and they've been unbelievable. When they're there, there's so much more energy in the gym, and we play better. So the more people that come, they had helmet night the other night. We got jazzed up for that. So whatever gets them going, gets us going, and when they come out and support us, helps us play better.
All right. Well, best of luck to all of you. Really appreciate you coming back for a second time.
Absolutely.
And we know that you're going to give it your best effort no matter where you go. Hopefully we get to follow you along the way here and you make a long, deep run into the tournament. Sid, best of luck to you. And we appreciate you sticking with us. And Danielle, thank you. And we appreciate you taking time to talk with us today. And Taylor, it's your first time in here, and we were told that, I was told last time that your nickname is Tay Bucket, so I'm hoping that you won't mind if I draw that in.
No, yeah, you're good.
All right, good.
Might
And
have told
Coach,
him that.
thank you. We wish you all the best, and I think you might knock off a few people along the way here.
Hope so. Thank you.
All right. And with that, we want to thank our presenting sponsor, the Jetty, and thank you for joining us. We hope that the basketball team makes a long, deep run into the playoffs. We'll be back with the boys basketball team to do basically the same exercise. We hope you'll be able to join us then.
Looking for a great place to hang out, eat a delicious meal, and have a drink? The Jetty in Brant Rock is the place to be. The Jetty has all the makings of a great time and features live music and entertainment for you to enjoy. The Jetty. Eat, drink, chill.